Yes, people, hope you're well. Welcome to the Sanderson Show. It is Friday, which means it is Quiz Cal Ask Me Anything, guys, where you guys get to join this stream and you guys can ask me any question you want. I'm here for around 30 minutes, guys. It's a nice little interaction, this one, little intimate setting pause where you guys can ask me things and get to know a bit more about me. We've run this for a few Fridays now. You guys seem to enjoy it. I actually enjoy it as well because it means I get to conversate with you guys in the comment section. And yeah, let's get straight into it, man. Let's get straight into it. Firstly, Martin says, Cal, I sent you a DM about 2 weeks ago. Not sure if you've seen it. Hope you don't take it personally and understand where I'm coming from. Oh, I checked that, bro. I'll be honest, there's very few things I take personally. So I'm sure I won't. But I checked out Martin and yeah, appreciate you, bro. I just haven't got around to check my DMs as a few people let you know. Big up to those who accustom me because I've not got back to their DMs as well. ZZ says, Cal, did you get any Christmas presents you didn't like? No, I didn't, to be fair. Touch wood, thank God. No, happy with all my Christmas presents, so can't complain. Ends, are you feeling festive? Honestly, Ends, honestly, bro, I wasn't, you know. I don't know why. I've had a lot go on this year, especially in the last couple of months. A lot been going on, which I can't really speak about on camera. But yeah, I haven't felt the festive feeling this year. And again, I know if it's because I'm getting a bit older, I've got the 3 kids now. Alonso's birthday is 2 days before Christmas, so we have to do stuff around that as well. But yeah, I just weren't really feeling the festive feeling this year. Still grateful to be able to spend Christmas with my friends and family. But yeah, I weren't really feeling it this year. Hopefully it changes going forward. I weren't really feeling it. Wow, Ends. I knew Ends would be messy today. I knew with Cal doesn't read DM just about answer WhatsApp. No, I'm joking. No, big up yourself, Ends. That's my guy, man. Sounds like we need to sit down. You know what, Ends? Yeah, we'll pencil something in for probably Monday or something. What's up, bro? Nah, the tablet don't need charging. Your headphones might need charging. You can pass me your headphones. I'm still filming though, yeah. Nice one, buddy. Grab a tissue then, buddy. These kids, man. It's like having 3 kids is literally like playing against Firmino, Mane, and Salah in their prime, and I'm a defender with a hamstring injury. That's what it feels like. And I'm looking at the subs bench saying, sub me off. The hamstring's gonna go. And these guys just keep interchanging. But the bench just looks at me and goes, what can you do? Copite says, big up Copites, hope you're well, bro. Says, what a lucky princess, she gets 2 parties in a week. All right, so here's the thing. I don't know if anyone else has a birthday in and around Christmas, but I actually think it works against someone having their birthday so close to Christmas. Now, she's just turned 2, so she's not doing the whole party with friends like the boys are with school and stuff like that. But it's going to be very hard organizing a party for her. When she then gets older, it's going to be quite hard for her to have a party on the 23rd and then Christmas on the 25th. So it has these benefits and curses. Like with the boys, Stevie's May, Robbie's July, so they have a set day for them in the year with the birthday. Plus, getting family and friends around that date as well is tricky as well. So it is quite tough. You set for any plans in 2026 from Ends? I have a lot of plans at Ends, bro. It's just whether I can find a way of implementing them. If I'm gonna be honest, I really, really want to grow this channel a lot. I really want to grow it a lot in the next calendar year. Also gonna start another channel which is going to be separate from Copish and from this channel as well. But on this channel, I really want to start securing more interviews with fighters and coaches, etc. Had a good 2025. Sorry, shout out to Colin Crandall as well, who helps me get some of these interviews. Obviously, shout out to Luke and Jamie, because without them two, I'd have probably missed 75% of the. Say again. I don't know where it is. No, I'm using it. You're, buddy, I'm filming. Come on, close the door, please. Tell Stevie to put on something you can both watch then. Tell Stevie to put on something you can both watch. Okay, just tell him to put something else on that you can both watch. Tell him to put on Tom and Jerry or something. Tell him to put on Tom and Jerry or something. Robbie, close it properly, please. Thank you. So yeah, those are two of the plans I have. And with Copish, I really want us to hit 50k. I know we're very close to 40k, but without sounding arrogant, and I think Enzo's got this issue as well. No. Stevie, just put Tom and Jerry on, please. Because you can watch something both of you can watch. Back out you get now. I'm filming. No, I'm not arguing. Just do it, please. Robbie, back in there. Close the door, please. Hurry up, man. I'm not joking with you. It's birthday still. So yeah, with Copish as well, I'm sure Enz probably feels this way, but I don't feel like we're on enough followers and subscribers for the work that we have and the impact we've had in the Liverpool space. And I know that sounds really arrogant, but I also want to just be truthful with you guys. I do think we are one of the best channels out there, and I don't think that's reflected in the amount of subscribers we have. Now, granted, there are things we could do better from our side. Obviously, timekeeping and punctuality is a big thing. The length of shows, variety of shows. So there are things we could do from our side, but I look across the landscape on YouTube, and I feel as though there's three channels that don't get the love that they should in terms of subscribers. I think that's Jamie's channel, Enz, and Copish. And personally, I'd like us to get to 50k next year. So God willing, that can happen. So yeah, those are the three main ones, bro. Big up to yourself, Enz. That was a very long-winded question because Robbie and Stevie decided to beef me midway through that. Azizi said, Cal, fighters talk a lot about managing ego to stay coachable. Seems to reward confidence to point of a delusion. Where do you think elite performance peaks, before or after ego gets dismantled? I think it depends on the fighter. I think it depends on the fighter, honestly. I think some fighters need their ego checked. Others check their ego at the door, but it also depends on the setup you have as well. Daniel Cormier, for example, he constantly closed the door, Robbie. I'm filming. The Daniel Cormier spoke about it a lot. He used to train with Cain Velasquez. He used to get beaten up every day, he used to say. So there's no point in him walking around with an ego when he's getting beaten up by someone every single day. So I do think it depends on the fighter. I think it depends on the fighter, it depends on their situation. For example, Connor's ego ran away with him. And since Connor's ego ran away with him, he's not been the same fighter. But Connor on the rise was phenomenal. But the moment he started to feel himself, the moment he started to go, oh, I'm better than everyone else, not just from a fighting standpoint, but from a human level, that's when it all fell to pot. And I don't think he was being tested enough in the gym, and he had too many people around him who he wasn't listening to. I don't want to say yes men, because I don't think these guys are yes men, because you only have to look at his rise to glory. But I think it depends on each person, man. Hold on. Sorry. Martin says, Cal, your 3 dinner guests, dead or alive. Mine is Michael Jordan, Bruce Lee, GSP, and Eminem. Michael Jackson, Mike Tyson, and Steven Gerrard. Those are my 3. Those are my 3. That would be amazing for me personally. Saying that, Muhammad Ali would be very fun to speak to. There's a lot of people, man. But yeah, those are the 3 that first come to mind. Copite says, for my brother, it is no blessing. His birthday is on the 25th, same as one of my cousins. And I remember when he said to go to cousins and he's on his birthday, and we all rush him after the EastEnders in 2000. That's dark. How can you rush him on Christmas and his birthday? Dark. Hey, big up to Luke Tanner in the building. Did you manage to get a new computer for Christmas? No, Luke, I didn't. But I'm literally in the process of getting one built, or starting the process of getting one built, because I want to start doing gaming as well. So shout out to Lakers. I don't think Lakers is in the chat, but shout out to Lakers as well. But yeah, he's been on to me about that. And obviously, so have you, Luke, about getting a new computer. So yeah, we'll be doing that. Shout out to Football with Ends says, I know what you. By the way, guys, I hope you're all subscribed to Football with Ends as well. So if you're not, then let's do that right now, please, guys. I know what you mean. Growing a channel is tough, especially when you're trying to keep the realness of the channel. Yeah, I think that's one thing we suffer with on Coppish. We're a bit maybe too real for the masses. Again, I have to point back to the video where I first said I was slot out, and some of the comments there was just like, it was crazy. And I also see how other channels toe the line because they have access and stuff, and I have no issue with that. I actually admire channels that do that, because I think it's actually very difficult to toe the line as well as have access and still be as real as you can be. I don't think sometimes as subscribers and fans of channels, we actually appreciate that. So yeah. Shout out to Sahil, says favorite comedy movies Fridays. The Fridays, they're just creme de la creme for me, man. Sharif says Coppish easily the best channel out there. Again, respectfully, I don't think we're the best channel. We're one of the best, but I don't think we're the best. We've got a long way to go for us to be the best, but I definitely think we could be the best. Copite says, damn, you ain't showing them Home Alone, Cal. Banana apple, bad apple juice. I'll be honest, I'm not really a Christmas person. Christmas film person. I'm not really a film person. Like, my brother will tell you, like, he cusses me all the time for the amount of films I don't watch. Same with my missus. I'm really bad when it comes to films. Shout out to Ryan in the chat. Hope you're well, bro. What's good, Cal? Hope you had a good Christmas, my friend. Big up. Big up yourself and the family as well, Ryan. Bobby says, big up, Cal. Just want to ask, not aiming at you, why is it okay for YouTubers to think it's okay to criticize players, calling them donkeys and so on, but if we criticize them back, calling him Cal, we get banned? I'm gonna guess you'll speak about Hassam there. It's one of the reasons I don't name call people and players, because I don't like people doing that to me. I've addressed it. I've spoken to others and said how I feel about it. I'm not a fan of again, I try not to swear on stream as well, because I know sometimes there are children who watch this, and even some adults just don't like swearing. But again, I can't tell Matt and Drift or Hassam or Jamie or Luke or Tom, you can't swear on this channel, because that, like, I don't think that would be right personally. They are men at the end of the day. I can't really be telling other men what to do. Especially when they're doing me a favor by appearing on the channel. Not Matt and Drift, obviously we all work together, but they are still my brothers in it, and I can't tell them what and what not to do. Yeah, for me, I don't agree with it. Plus, if someone, let's say for example, a content creator I had never worked with, I saw them just cussing Luke or cussing Jamie or cussing Enz or cussing Hassam or cussing Tom, Matt or Drift, the likelihood of me going to work that person is very slim. It's very slim. Like, I would have to have a conversation with that person and be like, firstly, what's the whole thing here? Why are you speaking about one of my people like this? And then I look at that and I think, well, if I'd be like that about one of my friends, then footballers and coaches, etc., they're going to be like that as well. So even though everyone knows I'm slut out, for example, I'm not going to name call him. I'm just not going to do it. So yeah, that's just me. I can't tell people how to run their channels or tell people how to feature on channels. Obviously, there's certain things we won't put up. We won't put up with, like racism, sexism, and bigotry and crude stuff said about religions and stuff. But after that, then there's not much I can really do to stop another man saying or acting how they want. Rai says, what's happening, Cal? Hope you're good. Big up yourself as well. But I'll send the message over to Coppish as well, bro. The only Chris Welch says, one fight you want to see in MMA and boxing. One fight I want to see in MMA is Ilya versus Arman Sarukian. And one fight I want to see in boxing, well, I'm going to see Shakur versus Teofimo Lopez. I want to see who wins that. One fight I want to see in boxing, I wouldn't mind seeing Shakur versus Tank, but I don't know what's going on with Tank. But Shakur versus Tank is a fight I'd like to see. Liam says, Cal, big up Cal, peak AJ or peak Fury, who you got? I've always had AJ beat Fury. I can understand why people would say Fury would win. Fury just gets hit a lot. And yes, Fury's got a chin. I just don't think you want to be taking concussive punches from AJ. However, the argument on the other side will be, well, he took concussive punches from Deontay Wilder and still beat him. I get that. I just think AJ's a better boxer. I know he didn't show against Jake Paul, but AJ's a better boxer than Deontay Wilder, and I think he probably hits just as hard as Deontay Wilder. So yeah, that's me personally. Sharif says, do you know how to build one or got someone to build it? I'm going to do it on a website. I think it's called Chili Blast, but by all means, Sharif, if you have any suggestions or anything like that, then please do let me know. I'm open to hearing what's going on. Martin, the reason you can't see Luke in the chat is he was messaging from X. Newt 328 says, Cal, why does Adeyemi have a fighter jet in his guy? Hey, I spoke about this the other day. I am not speaking on Adeyemi's name. I'm not doing it. Adeyemi is sitting there with switches and all sorts in his house, and his rapper girlfriend is on smoke as well. I don't want no trouble with Adeyemi. Martin says, I'd rather be real than selling myself for clout. Being in my principle means more than money. Yeah, that's where I sit with that. Plus, I'll be honest with you guys, if I started putting on a character one day, it's gonna show that I'm just putting on a character. Cracks will appear, pause at some point, and then the mask will be removed. So I might as well just be myself. People like it, they like it. If they don't, then fair enough. There's plenty of other content for people to enjoy. Zizi, Cal, when you're younger, being a fan is about moments. As a parent, time feels more finite. Has that changed what football gives you or what you expect from it? Oof, I'll be honest, football still dictates a lot of my mood. Now, granted, it's very hard to stay angry at a result when you finish filming. I can only speak for us in it because we finished filming and I finished filming. I come out of the conservatory and the kids run over to me and give me a hug and want to start playing games. It's very hard to stay angry at a football result when that happens because there are bigger things in life. So yeah, in terms of that, football when I was younger, when I had no children, when me and the missus weren't together, yeah, it was football and MMA and boxing. That was life. That would ruin my weekend or make my weekend. Whereas now it's a bit more difficult for that to happen because I have so many other things going on. So yeah, I subscribe to that notion. In terms of what I expect from football, to be entertained and to win, but to win first. Entertainment and enjoyment, yes, I want to see that. And we were spoiled with that with Klopp. But I'll be honest with you, I'd rather win every single game in the league season 1-0 being boring than win half the games 5-0 and lose half the game. So again, I know I'm probably alone in that thought process as well. So Liam says, my issue is they act like they are better fans than others. Yeah, that's my frustration with content sometimes as well. Yeah, personally, that is my biggest frustration. I hate the whole I'm a better fan than you and all this because no one really gets it. No one really understands the struggle. Like I would never sit here and go to an American fan, for example, what do you know about football? You're American, when they have to get up at like 4 or 5 in the morning to watch football. Like, if that's not a dedicated fan, I don't know what is. Like, it'd be very disrespectful of me to do that. So, and again, just because I've watched football longer than someone else doesn't mean someone doesn't have a good knowledge of the game. Like, I look at Mike Dash, for example. Mike's openly said hasn't watched football when he didn't watch football when he was a kid. He watched it more as an adult. Am I going to turn around to Mike and say, well, you don't have a knowledge as great as mine? No, you might not have a memory as great as mine. Doesn't mean you don't have knowledge as good as mine, though. Pause on that. That's crazy. Newt says, when are you doing more drafts and special game shows? Those bang. In the new year, we'll be definitely doing those. Plus, I'm going to do some draft shows on this channel as well. So do look out for that. Liam says, a drifty crash out is peak for the no swear. Yeah, I know. Drifty swears the most on Coppish. I think everyone knows that. When he crashes out, it's even worse. But that's my brother. Keaton says, what's your schedule like on a weekly basis? Oh, guys, wouldn't you like to know? Busy. I'll break it down to you. On a Monday, drop the boys to school. Then I have a drop. So, all right. There's 2 sequences on Monday. All right. Depending on where Alonso's going. If she's going to my mum's, then I'll come back and film first. If she's going to my mother-in-law's, then I'll drop her first. But either way, drop the 3 kids off to 2 boys to school, and then Alonso to either my mum's or my mother-in-law's. Then I film the morning show, then an MMA show, then Hassam's show, then Never a Foul. Then I do the school run, pick the boys up, sort them out with some food and stuff. Then if it's my week, I film the Great 8 show. If it's not my week, I'll do some editing. Then pick Alonso up from either my mum's or my mother-in-law's. Then Stevie's got jiu-jitsu, so I either take him jiu-jitsu or my missus takes him jiu-jitsu. If I take him, then I'm obviously there with him. If I'm not, then I'm back at home getting the other 2 ready for bed. Then got the Monday night live show, which usually starts around 9:30. And then have the show with Monts, which usually starts around midnight to 12:30 at night, and then finish that. Then I'll go to bed. Then I'll be up for the school run the following morning, drop the kids to school, come back, do some editing and filming. If I've got to do any food shop or anything like that, do that. Then I'll do some more editing in the afternoon, pick up the kids from school, then pick up Alonso from nursery. Then I go gym on a Tuesday if I'm not filming. If I'm filming, then I'm filming. Then Wednesday, same routine, but I usually film predominantly on Wednesday as well. Sanderson Show stuff. Then I'll come back. Then the boys have got gymnastics. Then one of us will pick Alonso up while the boys are at gymnastics, get them all home, get them fed and showered, ready for bed. On a Wednesday in the new year, after my injury completely heals up, I'll be back at football on a Wednesday. If not, I'll be filming on a Wednesday. Then I've got combat catch up with Luke and Jamie. Thursday, drop kids to school, Alonso to my mum's house. Then come back, do the LFC Folk Show if it's my day. Then show with Dan Potts on his channel, the 12th Man show with Hooks. Then pick up Alonso, come back, do Jamie's show, and then sometimes do an MMA show after that. Then Friday, do this show. Drift usually does the morning show on a Friday. Then I'll do Sam and Tom show, pick up the kids. Alonso's with me on a Friday, so that's why I'm always on and off camera. Then evening, have a call-in show if it's the last weekend, or a preview show or some sort of show. Then get the kids to bed. Me and the missus might chill for the evening. Then the boys have got football on a Saturday morning. We usually have a game on Saturday or Sunday. Try to get to church on Sunday. So yes, every single day is busy, guys. So that's my schedule in a nutshell. So now you see why I'm always yawning on stream and why life is just busy. Sharma says, as a rival that watches Coppish regularly, you'll deserve more love. Appreciate that, man. Martin says, Cal, on the last Coppish Monday stream, you and Drift were menaces, can't lie, had me belly laughing. Oh, yeah, that stream was legendary, man. Legendary. Shout out to Copite, says, one question from me, Cal. When are we going to see a collab with Born and Red? I need to see the fireworks, man. That Sajad and Drift link up will be insane. We are that close from getting that finalized. And I can't even take credit for that. That's Avi. Avi has done a lot of work to make that happen, and he's been the one that suggested it. And like we're just basically trying to nail down a day and a time for that, and how often we're going to run it. But we're definitely going to do work with those guys because they're excellent, man. And I've known Avi, I think even before he was doing the channel. So yeah, big up to those guys. But yes, something very soon will be happening there. Stanko says, Merry Christmas, Cal. God bless you and the family. Big up to yourself. God bless you too, bro. Reverend Cal. Cal, is it wrong to be pessimistic fan? Because wherever you go on the majority of fan channels, you get the vibe that unless you're positive all the time, when we're bad and you are not a proper fan. You preach to the choir, Reverend Knight, bro. I still, again, I'm saying this, I might be completely tone deaf when I say this. I don't think I'm a pessimistic fan. I like to consider myself a balanced fan. Do I get it wrong times? Yes, of course I do. I don't think there's anything wrong with being pessimistic as long as you're balanced in why you're pessimistic. I think it's all about balance. Even if you're positive, but you're balanced, then I don't have an issue with it. Rice says, Cal, got something to ask you. Can you make a New Year's resolution for couples to calm down on the wife for that in 2026 with adults? Is getting a bit boring now. I hear it. It is a bit of fun. A lot of them are like sort of inside jokes, right? We will try and taper it down a little bit though. But a lot of those are inside jokes, and they do kind of keep us going behind the scenes. Sharif says, does the wing wizard still think he's better than Madueke? You'll have to ask Matt that. You'll have to ask Matt that one, Martin. Cal, have you seen Romero at 48? Sheesh, I think he beats Bo next year. Look, I really want to do that. A watch long for the RAF card. That looks really fun. Some good matchups there. Bobby says, thanks for the genius answer. From what you said, you earn my respect, but still Coppish is the genuine answer. But Coppish is still the best channel. Keep up the good work. We will definitely keep up the hard work. Keaton, hi Cal, was it difficult for you to leave your 9 to 5 for full-time YouTube? Absolutely. I might even pick up another job as well, guys, which is going to add to my schedule and workload. But yeah, I want to buy a house. Not buy a house. We need to buy a new house. So that might mean I gotta get a little bit less sleep and work another job to do that. So yeah, but it is difficult, but hopefully reach the rewards in the future, God willing. Only Chris Welsh says Fury better boxer than AJ, but even Usyk wobbled Fury. I think AJ seems to be better against opponents same height as him. Yeah, I agree with that. Although Fury could just end up outboxing AJ, and AJ might not get close as well. Bobby says, who will you choose currently, Nunes or Isak form right now? Isak all day. Football with N says, once I'm finished a film, I can start chilling with the kids, play games. I'm cool. As kids don't chat to me for 24 hours. That's jokes. Your kids are older than mine, N. So when I get to that stage, I think I'll be a lot better. Whereas, as you guys see, Steve and Robbie will just walk into the conservatory and they don't really, especially Robbie. No, in fact, both. They would have never seen me or been used to me just working a 9 to 5, because Steve was born just before the pandemic. So I've kind of worked from home. Even when I had a 9 to 5 and was doing Coppish and Sanderson Show, I always worked from home. So I don't think they understand the notion of dad's working. You can't go in there right now. So I just think that's what it is. Sharif says, have you ever tried stand-up comedy? I reckon you do good in it. Some of the jokes you do on the stream kill me. I'm going to do an open mic one day, but I won't tell anyone when I'm going to do it. But I'm going to do an open mic one day. Felipe says, why did you become a Liverpool fan? Because I know you're from London. No hate, genuine curiosity. Because of Robbie Fowler, bro. The first game I watched live was Liverpool versus Arsenal. Robbie Fowler scores the famous hat-trick in 4 minutes and a few seconds. And from there, I was a Liverpool fan. Plus, my brother was a Liverpool fan. He's a Liverpool fan. He's just not a big football fan. And he always used to bang on about John Barnes. So I always had a curiosity from then. And my brother was like my first hero. So anything he did, I always took an interest in, and then kind of just found my own lane with Liverpool, to the point where he doesn't even watch football now. And I'm still here, just as you can see, football mad. Jason says, what's up, Cal? Do you think it's cool not to put Conor McGregor in the top 20 UFC of all time? I just don't rate him like that. But when I say it, people think I'm a casual. Depends who you are putting in the top 20, bro. And shall I tell you what's going to be always difficult with the Conor McGregor talk? Because when we rate fighters a lot of the time, we just think about the impact they have in the octagon. Conor had impact in the octagon, but he had a massive impact outside the octagon as well. The problem is Conor didn't have the longevity. And I'll reference it to music. Notorious B.I.G. is considered one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest by a lot of people. But if you actually look at his body of work, it was over a very small period of time. Conor's kind of the same, but he did transcend the sport. I've got him in my top 20, but again, Jason, I can't be. I see how much you watch UFC and MMA. I can't be mad if you don't put him in your top 20, because I think there are other fighters out there who aren't as notorious, no pun intended, but are just as skilled and just as decorated. So I understand it. I have him in my top 20, but I understand it as well. I'm Australian. I have to get up at 3-4 in the morning to watch Champions League and 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. for regular Premier League games. That's what I'm saying, Felipe. That's what I'd never disrespect. Also, Felipe, you asked me a question. I'm going to be cheeky and ask you a question. Given that you're Australian, what made you support Newcastle, bro? Felipe says, I need a quiz show between Matt yourself versus Tom and Sam on LFC history would be elite. Planning that as well. Planning that. What have we got here? Not going to be too much longer, guys, because the kids are starting to get restless in the other room and I don't want no smoke, man. Keaton says, big up to Cal for putting in the hard work. It has to be done, man. Hard work, man, has to be done. Shy Guy says, are you full-time streaming now? Yeah, been full-time for a while, bro. Been full-time for a while. Zizi says, do you think being consistently watched, streaming clip pushes creators to sound more certain than they really are? Or do you ever resist that? I'll be honest, I kind of just say how I feel, man. If I get clipped, I get clipped. If I don't, I don't. I just say how I feel, man. I can't do the whole I'm gonna say this so I get clipped and all that. I just can't do it. I'm just gonna speak how I speak. If people like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't, man. I'm not gonna force anyone to like me. Sahil says, Cal, do you think who do you think will win the NBA championship this year? Probably Golden State Warriors. Keaton says, what's your take on South Africa versus Egypt? I'm from South Africa. I'm probably going to go Egypt from that one. I think Mamouche and Salah, I think we'll have enough to get them over the line there. Mogamand says, how is it true that Slot on the board had a falling out over the left wing transfer? Not that I've heard. Not saying you're wrong. I just, over Semenyo, I genuinely don't know. Mizzoni says, Cal, Mike Morales or Shavkat at the moment. I think Shavkat's more well-rounded, but if Mike Morales hits you, then it's done. The Road T says, Cal, may you please remove Elliot from the alternate. I've removed him now. I have removed him. I just can't believe Slot shut that down like that, man. Sharif says, could you beat Slot in an MMA fight? No idea. Slot could punch me up for all I know, man. I'd never underestimate anyone if I had to fight them. The only Chris Welsh says, I know how difficult YouTube is. I'm madman on my channel. I do Liverpool football, darts, boxing, and F1. Bloody hell. There's one day I have a lot of separate videos. That's crazy. That is crazy. By the way, go and subscribe to Chris Welch's channel. I don't know how you find the time to do all of that. That is crazy. That is crazy. Ravi says, Cal, one hip-hop track and artist you just can't get on board listening to. There's a few from kind of now. I'm just not really a Young Thug fan. I know that's gonna really wind Drifty up if he hears this. I'm just not a Young Thug fan. So yeah, that's me really. Marty says, oh yeah, the internet and Tyler went drooling for AJ after he beat Jake. Some of the comments, oh yeah, AJ's in his bag, man. AJ is in his bag. Yeah, fully in his bag. Chris says, and I remove furniture, part of my job too. Chris, get some sleep, bro. I don't know how you do that. What do you do? How do you prioritize, Chris, in terms of if the football's on at the same time as the darts, for example? How do you prioritize it? And F1 as well? Because couldn't you have a Sunday whereby you have football, F1, and darts all on at the same time? Felipe says, my dad is a Liverpool fan. Traitor. But we were never close. Fair enough. My first game was Newcastle beat Chelsea in 2006. That wasn't the 1-0 win in the league where Wayne Bridge broke his ankle, was it? Or was that that would have been the season after? And I had an annoying neighbor who's a Chelsea fan. Fair enough. Also, the AFL team I support are also the Magpies. Fair enough. I hear it. John says, oh, sorry, not that one. Big up yourself, Martin. Hope you have a fantastic Christmas as well. John says, hi, Cal, when did you start supporting Liverpool? So I started in 1990. It would have been 1994, I think it was. And because of Robbie Fowler, bro. Because of Robbie Fowler, the hat-trick. So Chris says, obviously Liverpool is my main priority. I would have that on the TV. And if darts is on, I have that on my phone. If it's all free, then I'm effed. I hear it. Gareth says, any truth in FSG selling up with a £10 billion bid for Liverpool? We cannot speak about business pertaining to FSG. I don't think we'd accept that deal. We love Liverpool Football Club and we want to be here for the foreseeable future. Ravi says Q-Tip. No, I like Q-Tip, man. I like Q-Tip. Q-Tip's my guy. I do like Q-Tip. People, look, I'm gonna wrap up here. Appreciate you guys jumping into this. As I said, I enjoy these chats, these little intimate chats where you guys can get to know a bit about me and I get to know a bit about you guys as well. So please do smash the like button, guys, if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel as well, please do. We'd really appreciate that as well. On the road to 8,000 subs. Wanted to get to 10k this year, didn't quite materialize, but God willing, get there early next year and then move on to the next milestone of 15k. So people, please do smash the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Enough love to you all. Have a fantastic rest of your Boxing Day. Till I see you again, people, mind how you go, and thanks for watching the Sanderson Show. Take care.